In operant conditioning, with reinforcements, there is also punishment. Punishment is very different from negative reinforcement. Punishment is the introduction of something the student doesn't like or is aversive to in his or her environment. Things like slapping, hitting, asking children to write lines, write 100 times, write 500 times, I will behave. Those kinds of things are seen as punishment by students. And even Skinner did not approve of punishment. Even he felt that punishment interferes with learning. Because when you punish, the change in behavior is short span, short term. It's not long term. If we want students' behaviors to change long term, we will have to do more of reinforcements and less of punishments. Punishments helps the child behave temporarily for the moment because the hit or the slap or writing the lines is not seen very well by the child, and to avoid it he will behave. But over time what happens is the child becomes accustomed to punishment, and a time comes when he's like, okay, I haven't done my work, the teacher is going to slap me again, so here's my face, slap me, let's get over with it and let's move on with the rest of the day. Well, that's not learning appropriate behavior. So punishments really don't help young people learn. They are not teacher tools that should be used. I think punishments, if used ever, should be used seldom, maybe once or twice in an entire teacher's teaching career. Not once or twice a year. Today, we don't even use the word punishments in education. The appropriate word is consequence. Okay? You behaved appropriately, the consequences will be good. You behaved inappropriately, consequences will not be so good. What students learn from this is that behaviors have consequences. Good behaviors, healthy consequences, constructive consequences. Not so good behaviors, unhealthy, destructive consequences. But the consequences are there. Good or bad, you are responsible for the way you behaved. And that is important for teachers to understand. So, what reinforcers do in the long run is they strengthen behavior. Whether you use positive reinforcement or you use negative reinforcement, behavior will be strengthened. The appropriate behaviors you want will increase with positive reinforcement. The inappropriate behaviors that you don't want will decrease with negative reinforcement. Both cases are fine. So reinforcements will promote the behaviors you want in the classroom. Punishment, on the other hand, suppresses behavior. Temporarily, for a short time, the inappropriate behavior will be suppressed, but it will show up again. Tomorrow, next day, next week, sometime later, that inappropriate behavior will show up. So as teachers, we should use much less punishment in our classrooms and much more of reinforcements. That should be the motto of every teacher. Less punishment. Today, in contemporary literature, we don't even use the word punishment. The word is consequences. What is the consequence of a particular behavior? Good behavior, good consequence. Bad behavior, bad consequence. What students learn from this is that behavior, good or bad, has consequences. If I want the good consequences, I will have to behave good. If I don't behave good, the consequences will obviously be not so good. It is important for young people to learn today that behaviors have consequences.